Good morning, amazing ladies. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm so glad that you're here. As a reminder, we're going through a series right now where women commented on a post and shared, here's what I'm struggling with. And so I'm just creating Facebook Lives to solve these problems as best I can over video and just chat with you guys to see where do you feel challenged? Let's come in and help. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to pin this to the top of our Facebook group. Make sure you're there. It's free and it's called Macro Tracking and Weightlifting for Women. Let me get this at the top there. Okay, beautiful. Ladies, this is a pretty common problem, right? Let me turn this off. Of women saying, man, I'm doing great nutrition-wise for a few days, but then I can't stick to it, or I fall off, or I overeat, I binge, I do this. And it's frustrating for them because they're really trying, right? And it feels like this cycle of like, I'm putting forth my best effort, but I've never really been able to make it that like full long-term habit. So I want to talk through a few things today to get your mind thinking, right? Can all of the problems be solved from a live video? No, you guys, because it takes personal development. It takes practice. It's like your discipline muscle, right? It takes exercising it. It takes failing. It takes making mistakes, and it takes having grace and keep getting back up and keep practicing. It took me 3 years to stop binge eating. 3 years of really intentional effort to stop binge eating. Once I finally overcame it, I've never binge ate since, ever. And that was like maybe 10 years ago. It's been a long time. And I binge ate my whole life up until I was probably like 22, maybe, like really badly. Okay. Like all the Reese's cups all the time, like a 6-pack of donuts, like just smashing them in my face. I mean, it was such a problem and it was really hard to overcome. And the only way I overcame it was I kept getting up. I kept getting up. I kept getting up and trying and trying and trying and trying. And it got better over time until eventually the habit was gone. But it was because I was practicing a habit in the different direction. And so it's like rewiring your brain, right? Rewiring how you approach situations, rewiring your habits. Is it comfortable? Heck no, especially not in the beginning, but it gets more comfortable. It becomes your normal, but it does take practice. Okay. So today, what she said was, I do really well for a few days. I look good, I feel good, and then I sabotage myself by telling myself I can cheat, and then I ruin everything. I want to share a quick story before I dive into a few things. So I remember long ways back, probably, what year is it? Probably 8 years ago or so, I did a physique competition. And I remember I saw my abs like as an adult for the first time. And I was like, wow, this is really new to me. Like, this is really uncharted territory. I've always been like fit-ish, except for a period of time. But I'd never been like physique athlete fit like that, you know? And I remember in that moment, I said, wow, all this time, I felt like the cheat meal was the reward. I felt like being able to eat the food was the reward. But in that moment, I realized how I feel in my body is the reward. And suddenly it was like, I didn't even want that trashy food anymore. That was a massive turning point in my life. But it took getting to that level of fitness and of health to say, wow, no piece of food is worth sacrificing my body. If you're not there yet, that's okay. Keep moving in that direction. You will get there, right? Food, man, especially in America, right? Like it really has a hold on people because that's our whole culture. And being fit and being healthy, you guys, is against the grain. But it's like, let's make our own path, right? Of taking care of ourselves. And just like so many of us are here to create generational wealth for our family, you guys, generational health is way more important. I cannot tell you how many women I've heard say, my mom was always on a diet. My mom spoke this over me of, you're always gonna struggle with weight. Like whatever parents say, oh, I'm looking in the mirror and squeezing my belly and calling myself fat. You guys, that causes children to struggle as an adult. The only way we can help our children not struggle with that is to change ourselves, right? To lead from the front, to lead by example for our family. And the only way to do that is to commit to change ourselves first and commit to that growth and to commit to feeling uncomfortable, because what is it going to bring to you and your family versus what will it cost if you don't? Some women, they come in, they not come in, but they what am I trying to say? Like, reach out about our coaching program. We're not the cheapest because we're not a low quality program. We're an exceptionally high quality program. We get great results in a way they can maintain forever, not just for a time. And they say, I'm so depressed. I hate my body. I just, I'm so uncomfortable. Oh, I don't want to pay that. I'm like, then you're not that uncomfortable, or you value money more. So sometimes it's like, we just need to shift our perspective. Does it feel good to have money in the bank? Does it feel more secure? Sure. Is it worth a low quality of life? I don't think so, right? But that's only for you to decide. Okay, so let's dive in. So again, for those of you just coming on, this was the comment that I'm talking about today. She said, I do really well for a few days. I look good, I feel good. Then I sabotage myself. I telling myself I can cheat and I ruin everything. Okay. So what's causing the problem here? This maybe is not every person's problem, but these are really like the overarching problems that we see. The first one is your habits might not be sustainable. If you're restricting yourself, you're not going out to eat. If you like to go out to eat, you're not going out with your friends, you're staying home, you're pre-planning your macros and you're like, I can't eat anything else. Like, you're just so rigid on your plan. It's not sustainable, right? It's not your fault that you're going off the wagon. It's just that you need a more sustainable plan, right? One that can actually carry you through in an enjoyable way for the rest of your life, not just for a time to be fit. Ladies, that's called a diet. We don't have to diet. Is being in a deficit a diet? Okay, I get maybe, but I'm talking like an actual diet. Like, oh, I'm dieting. It's like, what if we change the verbiage? What if we said, yeah, I'm eating less than I need to maintain so I can shed some body fat, but I'm still going to do it in a really healthy and sustainable way, eating high quality foods like lean protein, veggies, fruit, complex carbs, whole foods, right? When I think of dieting, I think of like keto, intermittent fasting, Atkins, South Beach, Weight Watchers. Do some of those things help women? I don't know. I haven't seen any woman have long-term success in a healthy and sustainable way from those things yet, right? Because if you're dieting, are you creating healthy long-term habits? That's for you to decide. Okay. So here's another thing. Again, I talked about the eating out. I'm a big eating out person, so I'm going to talk about this a little bit more because in our culture, we eat out a lot, right? We tell our clients you can eat out as much as you want, but ladies, it of course requires self-discipline in your habits. When I eat out, the majority of or maybe half the time, I eat maybe 65% of the time, I eat a really healthy salad with grilled meat and dressing on the side. Am I frustrated that I'm ordering that? No, I love it because I'm getting in a lot of vegetables. I feel really good. I'm getting in lean protein. There's so many vitamins and minerals in vegetables, which give you a lot of daily energy, a lot of mental clarity, right? Those things feel really good. If you're a person that doesn't love vegetables, keep eating them. Commit your mind to learning to love them. I promise you, you will. No question, you will. But it takes that dedication and that perseverance until you get there. Not saying you tried it and it didn't work. You keep doing it until you get there, and you definitely will. There's a lot of other things you can get though. I talked about that, I think, on maybe yesterday or on Friday. I talked about that, right? You can do like salmon, vegetable, grilled tacos, right? There's a lot of really healthy options that can be calorie friendly. It's like always get condiments on the side, ask for low oil, right? Things like that. So you can still be out and be social. By the way, I get a glass of wine with my salad almost every time. Could I change that glass of wine for a higher calorie meal? You betcha, right? It's just your personal preference. So it's just like, what do you want to take those calories on? If it's a burger, that's okay. But maybe eat half the burger and a side salad with dressing on the side and eat the other half like the next day. You know what I mean? Depending on how many calories that you have. Some women, you can eat the whole thing, but I think for a lot of you, it would take your whole day. Okay, cool. Now, recognize too that making these healthy choices, ladies, it's not for a time, right? We're rewiring our habits and our minds to actually learn how to take care of ourselves, not how marketing commercials tell us to, cereal and other crappy food, not how the majority of our culture tells us to, fried food, don't worry about it. Why are you tracking your calories or why are you tracking your macros? Just eat, just enjoy life. It's like, you know what? I enjoy life more when I feel really fit and healthy. I don't actually enjoy life when I eat crappy food and I'm lethargic and have belly fat. Like, I don't think food is more valuable than my body. So if someone doesn't understand that, that's okay. We're actually leading by example towards health and fitness, and we don't need to argue. We can be quiet and humble and kind and lead by action and not judge them and still love them and know that, like, hey, we were probably at that there, or what am I trying to say? We were in that place at some point too. I know I was. I didn't know how to eat for my body. I ate like crap all the time. Corn dogs for lunch in college, like, ugh. But I didn't know, right? People just don't know, because if they knew, and if they knew how they could feel and they knew they could do it, they would never be in that position. So judging is just, it's like, let's just not do that. Let's just support and love and lead through our actions, right? Okay. So let's see what else I'm going to say. Yeah. So it's not just about like, oh, chicken and broccoli, like, I'm just going to eat this, like no condiments ever. I'm not saying that, right? It's just relearning, what does living a healthy lifestyle look like for me? What does balance look like for me? Does that look like having a piece of cheesecake and enjoying life? For me, it does. I like cheesecake, right? Am I eating that every single day? No, right? Maybe like, honestly, probably like once every few months, but it could be like once a week. You know what I mean? And so it's just relearning the boundaries of healthy living and restriction. Like, if you're feeling like you're restricted, let me know. Let's talk through it. And I can give you my advice. Like, I think that is a little bit restricted. What about doing this instead? Or it could be, you know what? You're just used to eating really high calorie foods. It's gotten you to a place that you don't really love. We just need to change how we perceive that. We just need to change how we're thinking about that, right? You guys, mindset work is intertwined in all of this. So many women think, oh, I don't need the mindset work. Like, I'm solid. I just need the right plan. You do need the right plan. But if you didn't need the mindset work, you'd be exactly where you want to be right now in a really healthy and sustainable way. Mindset work is so extremely vital. Oh, I love you. You bet. It's my pleasure. Thank you guys for listening. You guys, I've been on the other side of this, right? I've been a trainer for almost 15 years. I'm sure you all have heard me say that. And I've been on the other side of it. And I remember a day that I looked in the mirror and I had my clothes on and I was like, and I was tracking macros and lifting weights. And I was like, I feel great. I was like, oh my gosh, every woman ever needs to know this. Literally. That has been my mission ever since, because it sucks to be on the other side and it's so good to be on the healthy fit side. So yes, I have dedicated my life to this because it's like, it's so possible. We just need to get out of the noise of diet culture and restriction, and you can't do this or you have to do it this way. It's like, every woman is so unique. One way is going to look different than another. We have clients in our program that don't even track macros, right? Because they don't want to, or for whatever reason they don't. It's like, hey, that's okay. You're an individual. You're not a robot, Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Okay, let's see. So 2 more things. So what's the real solution? It's learning how to pre-plan your macros and be able to change things whenever you want. It's learning how to have variety, how to go out to eat, how to live a normal life, but you're being more mindful of, how does my body feel? What portions am I choosing? I was just telling a client yesterday, she's traveling for 5 straight days and she's like, I'm not tracking lunch or dinner because it's like buffet style with work or something like that. I'm like, totally, that would be weird, right? It makes sense. So I said, quick add, put like quick add macros into those meals. Then we talk through mindfulness habits. Where can you get protein? Where can you get vegetable? What's cooked with oil? What's fried? How does your body feel after what you think may have been about 450 calories? Do you feel the same way as when you track 450 calories at home? Those opportunities are so beautiful because you get to pause. You get to, what am I trying to say? Like, take account, or just gather awareness of, like, how do I feel right now? Physically, mentally, emotionally, do I feel stuffed? Do I feel tired? Or do I feel good? Do I feel starving? It's just a moment to pause and reflect. Okay, let me go back to this real quick. Everything resonates from down to the bikini cup experience. Self-sufficient mindset. Oh, you guys are warming my heart. You are why I do this. Like, I'm so grateful. So it's really, like I said, it's learning to live within the parameters of your macros, not to restrict, not for a specific outcome. I have an appointment in 7 minutes. That's why I keep checking the time. But it's not to say, oh, hit your macros. It's actually to learn habits. It's to relearn what does taking care of my body actually look like? Because I think it looks different than what I've been doing for the past 5 years, because maybe it's gotten me to a place that I don't really love. And it's okay. It's okay, because I know you're doing your best, just like I did when I was binge eating. I didn't want to binge eat, but we don't shame ourselves for that. It's accepting where we are, loving ourselves where we are, which I know is the hardest part, it is for me at least, and constantly moving the needle forward, even in the tiniest amounts. Even in the tiniest amounts, it's still moving forward. Okay. So if you keep focusing on this as a diet, or as like, I have to do this to get here, the finish line, you'll probably live in diet culture land forever. What we really should be focusing on is, what are my habits today? Who do I want to be in 6 months or in a year? Do I want to look back and say, oh, girl, you did your measurements every week? Okay. Or do I want to look back and say, wow, you got to bed earlier. You put your phone down earlier. You're more kind to your child. You're healthier. You're happier. You're more free. You have less stress. Your body is healthy. You feel really good, right? It's not just about the numbers, ladies. In fact, it's not about them really at all. I know they're exciting. Believe me, we take measurements. Okay. I know it's very exciting. I know it's important. You collect data to make sure your body's responding. But our focus as the doer should be, how am I showing up today? Am I showing up as a fit, healthy woman doing my best and it's okay if I fail? Or am I showing up as, if you're not perfect, you suck and now you have to slash calories, right? Such a difference. It's about learning healthy habits, to know what your body really needs, to take your self-care and elevate that a little bit, to really get to the place that you want to get to. Yeah, Amy. Amy's one of our clients. Yeah, I'm in a deficit and definitely not deprived. Heck yeah, because it's not sustainable, right? If you're like, man, I can't eat that, or I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that, then you're not you, Amy, but just in general. If you're saying those things, you're in a diet. You're living in diet land, right? Will there be trade-offs? Sure. Sure, right? Like, you're not going to eat the entire pizza. That's not restricting. That's learning an elevated version of self-care to say, actually, I'm going to eat a big fat salad first, and then I'm going to eat a slice or two of pizza. That's not restricting. That's actually caring for your body, caring for your mind, and teaching those around you through habit or through action. Love, this is what healthy living is. And you can be happy, and you can be healthy, and you can enjoy life, even not eating the whole pizza, right? I hope that's making sense. Okay. Wonderful, ladies. I hope you have a great day today. I need to run so I can get on that appointment. It's not a therapist, but it's like a personal development coach. Share the struggle. That's who I go through. I found them on an Instagram ad. They've been amazing. It's like, I am the type of person that for the rest of my life, I'll be devoted to personal growth, because when I stop growing, my clients suffer. What's up, Jennifer? Oh, the clients are coming up. 100% with you. Being with Queens of Iron was the first time I was in a deficit and felt like I wasn't dieting. Great feeling. Heck yeah. What's up, Carrie? The new habits, another client. Yeah, the new habits I'm learning are so freeing and just loving life more and more. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's so wonderful. Mimi, let's see, counting macros keeps me satisfied, not thinking about. Exactly. It's more intentional. It's way more intentional than just mindlessly. So one more quick thing. I was talking to a client yesterday, and she said, tracking macros brought me so much awareness of how unhealthy my relationship was with food. I said, wait. Do you mean tracking was creating that? She said, no. It brought awareness to my habits. She said, when I track, I feel amazing. I feel so much healthier. I have so much more energy. I have energy all throughout the day. I'm like, isn't that the coolest thing? But not using macros as a diet. We don't use macros as a diet. We use macros, of course, for guaranteed results, but also, ladies, for habit formation, for habit development, and to learn, oh, this is what self-care looks like. This is what healthy living looks like. Okay, now I'm not going to try to hit my macros. I'm going to decide not to hit my macros to be good, but to hit my macros to learn how to take care of myself and to show up for me and my family. Such a difference. Mindset is everything. Okay, ladies, Have an amazing day. You're welcome, Cheryl. Have an amazing day, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. I value you all so much. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys soon, especially you, Kinds. Thank you, ladies, for what you said. Appreciate you.